Hello everyone, Joel again. Hey, got some live action for you today. I'm in downtown Franklin, Ohio. I got a call of a derailment that happened about 11 a.m. today. So I left my house pretty much immediately and I got here about 2.5 hours after it happened. So let's check it out, see what we got. I know we've got a locomotive. It's a Norfolk Southern SD70ACe and 4 cars on the train that derailed. 2 of them are on the side, plus the locomotive's on the side. We're gonna check it out. Here we go. Start the video, son. Downtown Franklin, Ohio. I'm gonna probably film some other trains up in Carlisle while I'm here too. Got to get the fuel out of that locomotive. There's another angle, getting the fuel out of the locomotive. Another look at the covered hopper cars. Go to the customer at the very end of the line. Just over that way, 1/3 of a mile, maybe a little more than that, you've got the Great Miami River. There's a huge railroad bridge that goes over that. So then once you go over that bridge, then you've got the street running track in downtown Franklin. I got quite a few videos of street running trains on that line. Just check out my street running trains playlist and you can find those. Got one that had 17 cars on it. Street running train on that line with 17 cars. That's the most I've seen on it ever. I just filmed that one maybe a month ago, something like that. All right, they've got some kind of a piece of equipment on the other side over there getting ready to try to lift these cars up. There's a guy from NTSB over there, right there in the middle with his back to me. He just got here. I wish I could see them trying to lift these cars up, but you can't get on the other side. It's private property over there. Got somebody from the Ohio EPA over there. I used to work for the health department. There was a few times where we got called for fuel spills, although it's the EPA's territory. It's not the health department's territory. But we did get involved too when I worked for the health department. We do water testing and just check the area out, make sure nobody had any water wells nearby, make sure there wasn't any kind of off-site contamination. But really it's the EPA's territory. Alright, they've still got a few hundred gallons to go. Well, they might be about done by now. Look at this. Maybe they're just about done getting this thing loaded onto the truck. And I'm hearing that the rail rolled underneath the locomotive, and that's possibly what caused this rail rolling over. Still got this stuff going on over here. Can't get on the other side of the train. This is the only side we can get on. Well, maybe they are almost done. Once they move that truck out of the way, I'll be able to get some better video. Maybe we can see the track. See what the track looks like. Trying to get some different angles here while the process is going on. Oh, what's he doing? Determine how much fuel is still in the tank. I'm not really sure. Oh, I wish I could get on the other side, see that machinery. Now, one time I did some photography on a coal train that was derailed in Kentucky, a loaded coal train, and they had machinery like that on the other side. I got real good shots of it. It was R.J. Corman putting that train back on the track. But I can't get this one. Maybe they'll come on this side at some point. There's a new police truck here for Franklin, I believe. Look at that. That is nice looking. There's a fire truck down there. Right when I was pulling up, the ambulance was just leaving. So they still got the fire crew on the scene, and the Franklin police are here. Cool. There's all the R.J. Corman stuff. The R.J. Corman Army's right over there. I think they're getting ready to move this truck out of here. If so, we'll be able to have a better look. "1993 on the placard." Everybody always wants me to call out the placard, so there you go. Get a better look here now. There's the switch points right there. Trying to show that. It is really windy. Sorry about the wind. Springtime in Ohio, it's always windy. Alright, so I'm trying to figure out where the rail rolled, because that's what I was told, that the rail had some kind of a roll or a bend or something that caused this, but I'm not able to find that exact spot yet. The points are right there. When that truck moved, I thought we'd be able to see more, but I really can't see much. A track worker might be able to recognize where the problem is. But I've never worked for the railroad. People ask me that all the time. I'm just a rail fan. That's it. Channel 19's got their camera right here. It almost fell over, but one of the rail fans caught it. See, it would have fell over right there. So the rail fans saved the day for Channel 19. Not much else has changed here at the moment. There we go. Those cars were just moving here a minute ago. Almost got that on video. That was what happened. The locomotive right here was going to my right, going forwards. They had just coupled onto these 4 cars. They just got done doing their switching. They coupled on the 4 cars. So they were moving forwards to the right in this direction, and then the locomotive just rolled on its side. They had 3 crew members in the locomotive when it happened. One of them was a trainee. I just got that information from the fire department. So now you know. Oh, there's something else coming over here. What we got here? And there's another one coming. All kinds of live action here. Let's see what this is. Okay, so they're still moving those cars down that way too. I'm over here next to the news media also. We got the news media over here. Yeah, that one car down there, like the news was saying, it's got argon inside of it, but it's safe. The white car's the one that's got the argon. Oh, one of my favorite news people right there. I've seen her before. Channel 19, Fox 19. I watch her on the news just about every night. right, here you go. Now we're getting close to some stuff. We got two of these here on this side now. Yeah, we're just right off of Chestnut Street here in Franklin. Chestnut and 4th. We had to move back a little bit.
Train questions. No. Ghost, soul, rail. Go today. Give me a news report. You see my news report? Give me a news report. Here. Come on. Excuse me, sir. Can you tell us what happened today?
Got something loose over there. Hopefully I'll be here when they get this thing uprighted. It'll be kind of cool to see.
What, my dog calling?
And the railroad police are here, the Norfolk Southern Police. He was in Walton, Kentucky when this happened, and then he came here from there. So over here on the left. That's the railroad police. He covers a huge area. He covers parts of 3 states, all of Kentucky. I'm not sure how much of Ohio. Locomotives number 1113. SD70ACe. I don't know if I mentioned that. Number 1113. Well, they lifted that one up. There you go. It's up in the air now. All right, I'll give it a few minutes and get some more action here in a second. All right, now they're really moving it. Look at there. Those small covered hoppers aren't really that heavy. Maybe 26 to 28 tons empty, something like that. So by the time you take the trucks off of them, they're really light.
Yeah, I mean, where we went in Arkansas, it was nice, but we went for a kiosk mounting. We went for a dentist. My son did about $20,000 in dental work completely free.
Trying to get some different angles here. Here's a different one, different shot. They're moving it now. Lifting her up. There you go.
We finally got it released and engine.
Yep, finally got it released. Had to cut something off of it because it's hooked to those wheels or trucks on each other.
Pretty good shot, I really.
Yeah, that's pretty cool looking. Shout out to Johnny Miller. You need to get over here and see this. It's pretty cool. I think that white stick over there was probably to measure how much fuel is left over in that tank. I believe, that's my guess.
So it was full.
Yeah, and that thing was full when it first derailed.
I guess they just had fueled up in Cincinnati this morning.
Oh, it fueled up this morning before they came? Okay. Alright, looks like one of them's on the track. They're going to get the other one back on. Look at that, they're moving it even. Oh, it is windy. There's your locomotive. Find a good spot here. A little bit of movement here again. Look at that, completely in the air here now. Trying to get the interesting stuff, but you never know when something cool is going to happen. I'd really like to be here when this one's put back up, but that's going to probably be a while. This is a pretty good shot right here. The other people that are here up on the flood wall. There was somebody here doing a live from TikTok. I don't really know a whole lot about TikTok. I've got an account on TikTok. Only got one video on there. I got shoestring making a tag on a boxcar. That's the only thing I got on TikTok. One of these days I'll get some time. I'm going to work on my TikTok channel a little bit. The only thing I do right now is just YouTube. I do have a Facebook group I made called Cincinnati Eastern Railroad Fans. I made that group 5-6 years ago, something like that. That's all I do on Facebook, that's it. I don't even get on my own private Facebook account. Very rarely. Well, there's not a whole lot more to see until they start working on this locomotive. Hey, here's another shot of the train derailment. Oh, we got a train horn. Ready. Cool, live action. Thanks. But wait, there's more. There it is. I'm going to head over to Carlisle. That's only a couple miles away. And let's get a train over there. Then we'll come back to the train derailment. All right, we got a train going through Carlisle. Haven't been here in a long time. They're booking. Check us out. Wow, they were just flat out booking. What is the hurry? I like how fast that one was going. Cool, listen to that. It's been a while since I was over here. Last time I was here, those two storage buildings right there weren't there. There was only one here. Just this one here was here last time. So they built those other two. Those are brand new. Well, let's get back over to the train derailment. We're only a couple miles away. This is Carlisle, and Carlisle adjoins Franklin. So let's get back over there. Here we go. moving back. Wait, there's more. There always is. Here we go. Getting to the good stuff now. Man, we got a whole army out here putting this thing back on the track. It's pretty amazing. It's a heavy locomotive. It's got to be over 200 tons, maybe 250. Someone leave a comment below. How much does a locomotive weigh? An SD70ACe. good view of the whole thing going on here. I might have to back out of here when they start lifting this thing up. Yeah. Due to the cables and stuff, I think we're going to get pushed back again. If a cable breaks on one of those things, you got a real problem. I'm back pretty far up. I gotta go back a little bit more. Here we go. Now we can see the number on the locomotive. Wow, that's cool. Got some really good video here today. That's pretty awesome. look at there, just about got it. They're moving the front set of trucks on the rails right now, lining the wheels up. about done. Just about got around the track, it looks like. You can see it moving, just barely moving. Well, thanks for watching my videos, everyone. That's about it. I'm gonna head on home. Check out another video, help the channel out a little bit. Gotta pay for that gas somehow. All right, we'll see you later. But wait, there's more! All right, here we go. I'm in Carlisle, got another train going. Carlisle, Ohio. Not wasting any time. That railroad car said worst on the side near the end. I've seen that one before. I don't know what that means. It said worst on it. W-E-R-S-T. There's railroad crossing. And I'm gonna get some gas over there and get me a Mountain Dew or something. Well, thanks for watching. Train derailment on April the 9th, 2026. Franklin, Ohio. Got a locomotive rolled over right here, and we've got some hopper cars over here off the track. Franklin, Ohio.